Knocked off the Beatles and the Rolling Stones to conquer the charts, while in America they scored a nomination for an Academy Award. It's been 25 years since they've shared a stage, but now they're reforming. Graham Archer has this exclusive preview.
Okay, this next song is our last song together. And I guess at a time like this, there are a lot of things that you could probably say, but I think that really there are only two things. And that is, from all of us, very, very sincerely, thank you. Thank you very, very much. And goodbye, because I'm afraid tonight the carnival really is over.
If you don't remember this band, chances are you weren't born when they played. But if you do remember them, then you'll never forget the music. Of course, they are the Seekers, the Australian singing sensation that between 1964 and 68 launched 9 international hits.
The Seekers were enormously successful in the 60s, remarkably. I don't think people really understood in the 60s how successful they were until after they'd broken up.
Keith Potka, Bruce Woodley, Athol Guy and Judith Durham were the darlings of the mums and dads who'd watched their children being seduced by the hard rock supergroups of the 60s. But here was niceness on a grand scale, sweet music and solid values. It was a music that didn't offend anybody though, wasn't it? I mean, nobody could dislike it.
Oh, a lot of people did, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
We were called, you know, by people didn't like that, bland, uninteresting. But the people that liked it, they didn't like it, they loved it.
They certainly did, and according to rock historian Graham Simpson, they still do.
Seekers recorded 7 albums, only 7 in the 4 years they were together. There are 44 that I know of. For 25 years, EMI has been repackaging their hits, and they continue to sell.
Back in '64, when the Seekers sailed to England as the resident band on a Sitmar cruise ship, they had little idea they would return to Australia as pioneers of international pop success. Their universal appeal put them on par with the wartime classics of an earlier generation.
We thought it was just pop music, and we had a lot of fun. We didn't understand the depths to which the group had, you know, the people had related to us and how we'd affected their lives.
And that was reflected in the public's dismay when the band split. For Judith Durham, the sudden rise from secretary to celebrity was almost too much. In 1968, she announced the Seekers would be no more.
Once the time came to leave the group, it was a terrific time for me personally. But of course, the tragedy was to find that it let the public down so suddenly. And I've lived with that to this day.
But in the world of entertainment, nothing is permanent, least of all retirement. And while there have been several combinations travelling under the name of the Seekers, the original quartet have not been in the same room together for 25 years. That is, until now. Fans, clutch your pacemakers, the Seekers are back. History is about to be repeated and remade. Right now, the band is flat out cranking up the old magic to celebrate their 25th anniversary with a one-off national and world tour.
As I looked across at the other three there, as we sailed into the first song and the first performance, it was great to see that not only was the music all there and the harmonies, but the little bit of fairy dust seemed to be there as well. A little bit of magic.
But their own act is a hard one to follow. The Myer Music Bowl crowd of over 200,000 in 1967 remains a concert record. If this reunion will be nostalgic for the fans, it's doubly so for the Seekers.
But I think if everybody knows that this is a special thing this year, hopefully they'll make the most of it while it's happening, and then we'll all be happy to say farewell, and it will have been a fantastic year.
As for the music, it's as pure as the memories it evokes, and the old promise is made new, simply to make people